Again, focus. Click the links for Odysee, Bit Chute, support the channel. Thanks for the recent support. Your donations have made all this possible. This is a very expensive setup, and there's a lot of money that I should not say that when begging for money. It's actually a pretty cheap setup, but I appreciate the donations. It's a nice thought. So this guy is such a insane, over the top, cliche vagina. Like, you know, you open up the Encyclopedia Dramatica has his history. It's the standard cringe where people rage quit social media because they say something, you know, mildly stupid, and then it's like everything they say is massively more important to them than it is in the real world. Like, if you say something stupid on social media, you just move on and just ignore it and don't address it. And never apologize to SJWs. But then they come back in a few months because they're junkies, and Twitter is a drug. It's not up there with heroin, but it is up there. It's like half the addictive potential of like cigarettes or something. Anyway, I found I don't know if I can say this on YouTube. I found the Encyclopedia Dramatica entry on this guy because I entered his name and then I entered bundles of sticks or cigarettes on DuckDuckGo, and the Encyclopedia Dramatica thing came up. It's freaking hysterical. And there's one on Monday and Matt too, which is even better, but I couldn't even come close to that on YouTube without getting yeeted. Okay, so there was this. This is the guy who was in Stand By Me somewhere in the 80s, which is the rare good Stephen King movie. He made like Stand By Me and the one I almost said Amityville Horror, The Shining. It's a big house off in the somewhere. The Shining was a good one. Like critics would call those good movies. And the thing is, I like the movies where like Emilio Estevez is fighting like a soda machine that's killing kids because it's shooting out soda. It's like, okay, we'll just get out of the path. Really, how hard can it shoot those? Can't really shoot out soda because I think the soda just drops. There's no spring shooting it out. But whatever, it was a fine movie. The Trucks, I think it was called, a short story that was made into, I think, 2 movies, or it was 2 different. I don't remember. I always remember there were 2 movies that were essentially the same. This was based on the short story The Body, which I remember had a more supernatural vibe to it. Hey, Stephen King was a fine writer back in the day, and then he got on social media and just. Oh, I remember when he sold his soul. He was a guy who said something like, he believed on judging artists on their merit, period. And then he got destroyed. He's probably 70, 80. He didn't realize how far cultural Marxism had advanced. I think it's a very reasonable and principled statement. So yeah, I'm judging art on the merits of the art, period. They blasted him. They fucking destroyed him for that. And he bent over. And like when you're 75, it's like, I don't know. He bent over so friggin' fast just to see the cucking of Stephen King. It's like, oh, you just, damn, dude. Just stay by your principles. There's nothing wrong with saying judging art on the merits of the art, period. That's something that globalists, cultural Marxists, cultural Bolsheviks cannot abide. We need to consider, we should just have a blind submission. You just, put numbers and you submit your art, you're writing, it'll just be a blind submission. Oh, no, because not enough women or POCs well, then they should get better. How about that? How about they just get better? Anyway, so he was in Stand By Me, which was The Body, which was back when Stephen King was writing good shorts, or novellas, I guess. And then he went on to be the soy boy in Star Trek, which is okay because he was young. He kind of had that face. And then 10 years later, when social media started to blow up, he became known as a Kiwi Farms lolcow pussy. And he kind of fits that bill pretty well. And the thing is, I hate to use terms like cuck and beta and gamma, because all that stuff sounds a little too try-hard macho, like short dudes in Corvettes who are, taking growth hormone and lifting all the time. It's like, there's a certain energy with, like, try-hard. And the thing is, I know a lot of those guys who are behind that kind of, that lexicon, nomenclature, for the hierarchies, are right-of-center guys. And the thing is, there's a lot of accuracy to it, too. It's not that so much as the people who are proponents of it. It's like, I can't help but notice all these guys are like 5'6", and they're all pushing this weird hierarchy. It's like people who just live their lives. Don't worry about that kind of stuff. Sorry, short dudes. What a way to insult the audience. Well, I hope to God there's no short people listening to this. Anyway, so And we have cringe of the right of center also, as probably what you just listened to the preceding 15 seconds. But, it's like we have less cringe on the right, and we can call out cringe on the right. Anyway, so the terms are explained like left-wing people filter concepts through their minds first to calculate how it will be received in the public to the listener, not whether it's true or false, where right-wing people are more likely to just give you their unfiltered opinion, even if it won't be well received, which is like why a lot of right-wing people will give you brisk, abrupt, what's the word I'm looking for? Opinions that aren't exactly politically correct because they see reality and they're just giving you their version of reality. They're not running it through a filter, where the left has to do the convoluted calculus to arrive at the correct answer, and the right just usually goes straight to the correct answer. They both hit the correct answer, but less likely in the left, because they go, oh, how will this be received? It's like the Stephen King thing. Like, he gave his first answer was the correct answer. It's like judging art on the merits. And then he saw, like, he had to read the room, and so, like, oh, all these whammons and POCs are telling me, I guess apparently, that they don't think their art is going to be judged on the right merits. Like, even if it's a blind submission, it's like, that's the self-ownership of the left lately. And just they hold these L's. They go, oh, no, we don't want blind submissions for art or for writing, for whatnot. It's like, why not? Why don't you just get better? Oh, we don't want to get better. The thing is, that's why the left gets a lot of predictions wrong, because the truth turns out to be Islamophobic, and they end up making crap because it's not politically correct to tell a pox purse puppy that their ideas are bad. You want people to tell you if your plan is bad. You want honest feedback, especially when money is involved. If you've got movies worth millions of dollars, you don't want to let a bad idea go further and further and get more and more time and money invested in it when it's like, it's clearly like a Charlie's Angels, Birds of Prey type of idea. It's like you want somebody in the room to say, hey, yeah, this isn't gonna market well. The thing is, the guy who says that is just not going to be invited back to any meetings. So you get like this syndrome of everyone keeps their heads down, and it's just the yes man syndrome. Or you're in a room with these idiots, like a room of women who think like Elizabeth Banks are going to do this movie and it's going to sell. It's like you're with either a bunch of yes men or women who are literally on this like feminist kick with you, and there's nobody there to tell you that honest feedback, because they'll just get fired, or you'll be known as that person in the industry. It's like, it's literally better to let a project fail as long as you get paid, and as long as you're not an investor. I mean, that's as simple as it is. It's like, oh yeah, I just worked in script review or something like that, document production. Anyway, that's why they get predictions wrong and end up making a lot of crap. Because people lying gives you like the Birds of Prey, Charlie's Angels, X-Men, Ghostbusters 86. There's a lot of like just this girl power crap. And anyway, Hollywood is having a problem with Rittenhouse, because assuming that they saw the whole video of Rosenbaum, the child fan, attacking a kid, they didn't know how to process it. Their mind just, the Windows XP sound, or the fax machines back when there were such things. Rosenbaum, the child destroyer, was the attacker. It was a simple case of self-defense. Sometimes you just have to move on. It's like, okay, well, we're going to have to fold this hand. We don't have the winning cards. So the left is past the point of being rational. They're angry all the time because their bad ideas are not catching on. And the thing is, they propose these bad ideas on Twitter, and then you go to Twitter and it says like 27 replies, and then you look through the replies. There's like 3 replies. Like, Twitter just disappeared those replies. So this Wesley guy is such a perfect picture of a soy boy, but a lot of insane Hollywood people think just like him. To be fair, there's a lot of pharmaceutical enhancement going on in Hollywood to keep that weight off. So Rittenhouse shot people in obvious self-defense. It shouldn't have been even brought to trial, but it went to trial, and the evidence was presented and cross-examined and rebutted, and you had a jury and all this kind of crap. Yeah, due process. They wasted all that time to see it was self-defense. It's like, you could see that from the very beginning. It should have been, I don't know, summary judgment or directed verdict, whatever. I don't know, whatever the criminal equivalent is to summary judgment. if your heroes are guys who struggle, like Dismiss with Prejudice, maybe that's the equivalent. If your heroes are guys who struggle to snuggle kids or 30-year-old skateboarding felons, you need to just accept that you guys are the bad guys. All the wife beating and kitty diddling, that's mostly on the left. That's Antifa and BLM. And to be fair, hey, if there's a right-wing guy who's diddling kids, and you go, oh yeah, Antifa and BLM just blasted this kitty diddler who was trying to attack him, like, okay, aren't you guys mad that you deleted a kitty diddler? No, that's you guys. The map stuff, that's all you guys. That's the left. And like, it's only a matter of time before they're adding a new color to the flag, or they're openly having, like, that map stuff, they're not speaking out against it loudly enough. It's going to be a plank of the left-wing foundation. It's only a matter of time. Which is great, because like, if you accelerate the left to moving further left, you're just going to lose a lot of people. Even people who were far left, they're going to look at this and go, no, we can't get behind this. We've gone way, way off path. So on the first night's protest, actually 4 BLM guys snuggled 2 girls and deleted one of them. One of the girls was running around naked, like she's caught on a Ring doorbell begging for help. That was BLM. That was on the first night of the George Floyd protest. And that got memory hold as fast as the recent incident in Wisconsin where an SUV drove itself through a crowd of people. It was apparently unmanned. The red SUV drove itself over and killing 6 people. Oh no, it was driven by Darrell Brooks Jr. Anyway, so BLM and Antifa is just a collection of violent thugs and a lot of mental illness and drug addiction. At Antifa events, when they camp out for protests, like the Occupy Wall Street, if you were paying attention, that was like 10 plus years ago, not only the women, but the men at Occupy Wall Street and other Antifa events where they're camping out, they also get struggle snuggled. So imagine you're some left-wing dude, some thinner dude, less able to defend himself. You're at some event. It's like, it would never cross your mind that, oh, yeah, you're going to be drinking and doing drugs, whatever. It's a left-wing camp out. It probably would never cross your mind that, like, oh, you're going to be attacked by a guy. That doesn't cross a lot of people's minds, but apparently that's on the left. And if the victim speaks out, it's like, oh, you're BLT shaming them or something. If you want to know how insane the left is, go Twitter. You can use Dolphin Zero if you're not subscribed to Twitter, and look up Seth Rogen's latest tweets. It is unbelievable levels of peak Weimar clown world. So it's insane that Hollywood is so proud of these people until it clicks in your mind. You go down that rabbit hole and take that red pill. Hollywood is a bunch of kitty diddlers. The people making the entertainment are all sick, vile, twisted degenerates. The right wing wants clean, crime-free neighborhoods where you don't have to replace the windows in your Tesla every month. Like, that's a cost of living. It's a $475 to have the guy come out and replace the windows. Probably more than that. They pop out the back window of the Tesla to get into the trunk. It's like, yeah, that's just the cost of living in the city, is getting your car broken into. The right wants strong families, churches. That's not possible with the left-wing Antifa and BLM, because they'll burn it down. All they can do is burn things down and shoot each other. That was the Chaz. That's any left-wing city. They're children in adult bodies. They're the participation trophy people, the single mom generations. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys all next episode.